Good morning, guys. I'm actually here all alone for this weekend. Iwan has gone back to the UK. One of his friends is getting married in autumn, so he's gone for the stag do or bachelor party. It's really weird being here on my own. I've never spent a night on my own here. Yesterday was one of the hottest days we've had so far this year, but today it's only supposed to get to 29, so the morning is quite cool. There's a bit of a breeze, so I'm going to get some bits done. It's definitely a lot more to do when you're on your own as well to get the day started, but everyone's fed. Frankie, just need to give her an antibiotic. She's had a huge swelling on her face. We took her to the vets last week and they thought it was a tooth issue. As the inflammation went down, I could feel a spike in her cheek and there was a seed embedded. And then Joao, our cat, I've just noticed as well, has a swollen foot this morning. The cats are constantly seeming to get bit by another cat that lives around here. So he's going to have to go to the vets next week as well, once Ewan gets back, because I don't have a car. I really hate driving, so Ewan was going to get the bus to the airport, but I said he might as well take the car because I won't want to drive it anyway, and we have neighbours really close by if there's an emergency. I'm going to finish my coffee and then there's a few things I'd like to get done before it gets too hot. Is that a good stick sausage? So first thing I'm going to do this morning is a little bit of mimosa clearing. This is an ongoing problem that we have with this mimosa, so we just come in every now and then and clear a bit. And then I was doing this yesterday morning and I noticed that there's some really nice leaf mulch on the ground here from this cork oak, and I put a load in the chicken run for them, but I also want to put some on one of the garden beds that is struggling with the heat. And I haven't mulched yet, so. So I pull up what I can to try and get the roots out, but it's a bit bad on the back, so if it's too tough then I'll cut. And then I'm just sticking it in the chicken run. Mimosa is toxic, or can be toxic to chickens, but it's the proper mimosa with the pink flowers. Though we call this mimosa, it's actually an acacia. So Diogo is in a crazy mood this morning. I mean, he's in a crazy mood every morning, but particularly today. Our long-term plan for this is to eventually get a mini digger in. There's quite a few jobs we'd want to do, like dig a pond and some other bits. So once we're ready to do all that stuff, we'd do that and then get the digger to come here and dig up all the roots, because that's what these are shooting out of. And we've not seen our neighbour yet who owns this land, but when we do, we're going to ask if we can clear a few metres back from our border, the mimosa. We don't mind doing the work, we just don't want this mimosa here. Iwan trimmed this all back about 6 weeks ago, and this is how fast it all grows. So there's a big tree back there, and that's just sending its roots through here. And the problem is it just gets stronger, it seems, the more we cut it. But this should start killing it off, or at least stop it spreading by coming and pulling up what we can every now and then. But yeah, some of these smaller bits, they look small, but they're actually attached to a big root that's clearly been cut many times. So it's strong, even though it's small. There's more just behind me as well. And Iwan trims it with the blade because it's quite hard, but we cannot use the blade in the summer because of the sparks and potential fire risk.
I'm hushing the dog on chain. I'm running up stones on the edge of the bank. Rally the troops.
Okay, let's get some of this leaves.
I sing this softly to myself. I sing this softly to myself. I'm buried beneath the sand. There's no way to speak or reach out my hand. Watching the paper slowly unfold, bracing for news that I can't bear to hold. I'm singing this song to myself. I sing this softly.
Whilst I'm down here, I'm going to collect some lettuce for lunch, because if I come at lunchtime then it's all hot and horrible. I do normally do a pick and come again, but some of these green ones look like they're going to start going to seed. So I think I'm going to pull this one up. The problem is with these lettuces is they don't do too well once picked, but I'm thinking if I take the roots and put it in some water in the kitchen, maybe it will do okay. This one I'm going to give to the chickens because it's already starting to shoot and it'll taste a bit bitter, I think. Definitely need some more mulch down here. Chicks. Hey, what do you think of lettuce? The chickens are struggling a bit at the moment. We had a mite infestation, so I've had to spray inside the coop some horrible chemicals. We tried more natural things like diatomaceous earth and apple cider vinegar in the water, but I think once they're there, you kind of have to go in with the chemicals. We're not eating the eggs this week. I think it's actually 10 days. I think it's from the mites that they're starting to lose their feathers. She's hiding in the bush here. Our Portuguese chicken, also known as Voldemort, though I think Iwan has started calling her Cody. She's bottom of the pecking order and she's looking really bad. And I think also because they're losing the feathers, what happens is chicken skin that's exposed goes really bright red, and chickens tend to peck red. Like if a chicken's injured and they have blood, then the chickens will peck it. So what I've done is we have this there you go, bottom of the pecking order, poor girl. Chickens are so mean to each other. So I've sprayed them with our blue spray, which is what you normally put on a wounded chicken. I think it's antibacterial, as well as the blue stops them pecking at the red. So anywhere they've lost the feathers, hopefully if they are pecking each other, then it'll stop that. Yeah, we're struggling a bit with the chickens at the moment. I think also just the summer heat's not very nice for them. We've got lots of nice shade in here though. And then we've got all the vines giving them some relief, but the air temperature is just so hot. It's like 35 in the shade. There's no escaping that, girls. Oh, they seem to be enjoying the lettuce. Forgotten my gloves in the garden. Please don't be any scary bugs in here. Are you helping, Dodo? This video is kindly sponsored by Reolink. Reolink are a leading company in the security camera tech industry, providing eco-friendly monitoring solutions for various security needs, and they recently sent us their new Go Ranger PT, one of their best security and wildlife cameras. As Diogo has chased away all the wildlife on our land, we thought we'd install it in the chicken run so we could keep an eye on them and see if any foxes were passing by. First off, the PT doesn't stand for Portugal, it stands for pan and tilt. This means the camera can give you a 360-degree view of its surroundings, and with 4K Ultra HD sharpness you can get a crystal clear view that you can either watch live or remotely download images and videos stored on a micro SD card, which can be up to 128GB. You also have the option to use Reolink's cloud service for secure storage and easy access to your footage. Its two-way audio feature means you can have a real-time conversation with anyone near the camera, even if you're miles away, via the Reolink app. Who's that? You're right. Installation is easy and doesn't require any complex wiring or network configurations. One of the standout features of the Reolink Go Ranger is its 4G connectivity, meaning that it doesn't need Wi-Fi to operate. It's perfect for remote locations like construction sites, farms, or even your backyard where Wi-Fi might not reach. And being powered by its own 6-watt solar panel makes it an eco-friendly solution built for installation anywhere you like. The Go Ranger PT works as a wildlife camera, but it is also a great addition to your security. Head to the link in our description below to visit Reolink's smart security cameras, and they currently have a Prime Day sale running, so if you've been considering getting one, then now is a good time to take advantage of some great deals. Thank you to Reolink for sponsoring today's video and for helping us to monitor everything on our homestead. There's some beetroots in here I wanted to harvest actually. Some of these onions need picking too. Wow. It's a big one. Some are getting so big, but the leaves aren't browning or flopping over, so I'm leaving them, but I don't know if I really want it bigger than this. Not too sure what's going on with these onions. Wow, it's huge. And this one. Very strangely. And then this one's huge with tiny green bits. So this is our field next to the vegetable garden, and Iwan has trimmed here, but we had so much rain last week, which was crazy for the end of June. Everything's growing really fast and we're going to have to cut it all again, but it is so full of beautiful flowers. It's just bright yellow. It's amazing. I really don't want to cut it, but another week of this heat and it'll all be brown, so I think that'll be a job for the next couple of weeks. More trimming. Iwan will be pleased. Another thing I would like to do is to collect some herbs for drying for tea. This is lemon balm. It is starting to flower a lot, so I'm trying to find bits without flowers on because I think they will dry better. I'm not certain, but that seems to make sense to me. I make quite a lot of fresh herbal teas from plants from the garden, but I think this lemon balm and also the mint might not survive very well over the summer, and they're such refreshing herbs to drink, so that's why I want to save some for drying. Lives. It's doing really well this year actually. I think again because we've had a lot of late rains and it's quite shaded most of the day here. Can't remember what mint this is. I think it's spearmint. And I did have some, yeah, it's here. This is chocolate mint. But yeah, it smells a bit like after 8 chocolates. The other thing I wanted to collect was some more of this St. John's wort. It won't be here much longer. This just grows wild on the land. And I'm going to try and make a tincture. Never made a tincture before. Apparently it's much better if you're wanting to have it for the winter when it's grey and dark and a bit depressing, that a bit of a tincture of St. John's wort is a good mood uplifter, so we'll try that for the winter. Such a cheerful flower. It's already pretty warm here, but as this is in the shade I thought I'd try and get as much as this cleared this morning. So this is how the roots are growing under the ground. And that's what these shooters come up from. And that's what we'll need to dig out. It's very painful trying to pull them out on your back. Frankie, Diogo! What are you doing? Doing the sun too much. Sausage! Just pulled up this log. I think this is a type of mushroom. I don't know. Maybe it's a creature. Oh. I think it's an acorn shell stuck down by a spider or something. I thought it was like some weird slime mushroom. But no. Spider web. Spider babies, maybe. Less exciting. How's Diogo? There is no way this time last year I would have worked this hard at this time of day, because it would have been 30 degrees in here and there's just no escape from the heat. But it is 25 degrees in here. We've just got the aircon on a low setting, so we have to be a bit careful with the electricity, but oh, it's a relief, isn't it, sausage? You happy? Is your face still a bit sore? Right. So I'm just finishing up doing some editing. I do the editing for the Drawing Expressions YouTube channel. There's a class, Zentangle Drawings with Alicia Satva, that I've been editing, and it's such a nice class. I'll leave a link to it in the description for you. I really enjoy editing it, but I am feeling a little bit square-eyed now from looking at a screen. So I'm going to continue a job that I started doing last night. Some of you have spotted Diogo destroyed our sofa when we first got him. There's lots of holes in it, and he also destroyed the whole interior cushion. So when I want to clean them, I have to empty all the filling out into plastic bags. When we were back in North Wales, one of my friends was teaching me about visible mending. There's a couple of specifically Japanese styles of doing this. I'll leave the two names of them. I think Boro and something begin with S is the name of them. And yeah, it's just a way of fixing things in an obvious way. I think normally when you try and fix something, you do it discreetly, and this is more like you kind of celebrate the repair. So that's what I've been doing here, which is also really handy for if you're not very skilled at sewing. You can be a bit more messy with it. I've done two of the biggest holes in this where most of the fluff was escaping. This corner was so difficult. You chose the most difficult places to chew, Diogo. Luckily, he seems to have stopped chewing things. It feels nice to fix it. I don't know what I'm going to do about the actual full thing because he's ripped the whole arm off this. That's why we have this pillow here. He also chewed off this corner. Puppies are fun, aren't they, Sausage? Actually got so cold in here that I've had to open the door. I'm not going to start going on about this aircon, and I wanted to say it takes a lot to build up all the infrastructure you need for a house, especially like an off-grid house that we're building ourselves, and you know it's expensive to do as well, and we would be nowhere as close to the amount of comfort we're currently living in without you guys watching our videos, which has led us to working with sponsors. For example, Bluetti. This isn't sponsored by them, it's just genuinely the truth. Without the power system that we've got through working with them, there's no way we would have been able to run aircon. So yeah, this summer just feels so different. We didn't have a fridge last summer, we got this fridge in September, and again that was one of you guys actually bought us this fridge. I don't know if people want to remain anonymous, but you know who you are. Yeah, it's just like, firstly you guys watching our videos that provides us these opportunities, or just your generosity. I think there's quite a few other people doing similar things to us at our age, where we kind of don't necessarily come with a lump sum from selling a house, for example, and it just takes so long to build up the infrastructure. And yeah, I'm feeling extremely grateful today, and especially yesterday when it was so hot, to just have this space to be comfortable in. It's such a game changer. It takes a long time and a lot of work, but yeah, thanks to you guys, we're a lot more comfortable. Anyway, can you tell that I've been on my own for 2 days? Because I feel very chatty in this video, so sorry if you're sick of my voice. I'm going to get to sewing now.
Olá a todos e bem-vindos ao Coffee Break Português. Eu, Albi.
And as usual, I hope our listeners are using that gap we're leaving to repeat the phrase after Raphael, and then I'll give it a go.
Meu pai.
Meu pai.
Meu pai. And to refer to my mother, I would say, minha mãe.
Albi. Okay, makes sense.
And it's time for a short break now, and we're back soon.
Until
Até.
I've just spent about an hour doing this, maybe not that long, but I thought it looked pretty good. And then I've just realised this is the inside of the cushion. And this is what it looks like on the outside. I'm an idiot. I mean, it will stop the fluff getting out, but it looks awful. even more awful than just the usual way of doing it. But I don't think I have it in me to redo it right now. Hey. Oh dear. It's all your fault, Dodo. Okay, we have the sofa put back together. I know it changed because I'm very sticky. Can we all agree to not talk about this mistake? The main reason I was doing this is to stop the fluff coming out, and I have achieved that, so I'm happy. Someone is missing his very playful friend. I'm the cuddler, and Iwan is the playful one, and Diogo is bored of me. You want to play? It's cooled down. It's actually quite cold. Not cold, but there's a cool breeze. So I think I'm going to do some more mimosa clearing. And maybe throw a ball. And Frankie thinks it's dinner time, but not yet, sausage. Very cool praying mantis. Sorry if you don't like bugs. Gotta be one of the coolest bugs going, surely. Right, let's go. I'm going to stop here because I need to water the garden and hang up the laundry, but I'm really happy with how far I've got with this. There's still a bit more to go, but I feel like just leaving it to grow until we can do something about it is not wise. So hopefully this is going to help, and it's nice to see the wall again. Now to water the garden. Dinner. So, as some of you will know, Iwan is the chef in this house, so definitely missing him now that I have to make my own dinner. So I'm going to keep it simple and make instant noodles. But what I'm going to do is add the beans that I harvested this morning, chop them up and boil them with the noodles. We had a lot of broad beans this spring and I double peeled them and popped them in the freezer, and this is what I do a lot with them. Once the noodles have stopped cooking, I chuck them in and it like cools it down as well, and it's delicious. And I think I've only got one portion of broad beans left, which is very sad, but hopefully I'll have beans to keep me going instead.